You can win without setting goals. In fact, I submit to you that goal setting creates way more losers in life than winners. I'm gonna let that settle with you for a minute. Now, I know there are a lot of people who disagree with me. That's okay, they've been wrong before, they can be wrong again. I'm just kidding. But I know there are a lot of people that disagree with me about that. But think about, it's January 30th. Some people made a New Year's resolution, which is a goal, on January 1st, and have already broken it. Can I get a witness? Yeah. Right? So setting goals is not a good idea, in my opinion. I'll tell you what I would use to replace that momentarily, okay? This video, though, is for those of you who feel like you've been wandering in the wilderness of drought and confusion for far too long. And the reason I wanted to create this video, because for far too long, that was my story. I felt like I was wandering in the wilderness of drought and confusion. I see all these other people who are my contemporaries. They are the same age as me. They had no more talent than me. They were no more gifted than me, but yet their life seemed to be working way before my life seemed to be working. Keyword, seemed to be working. It's for those of you who are still faithful, even when things that you are working on don't seem to be working for you. And I want to read you a story about Joseph. But before I do, I want to tell you something. It's God's job to provide the favor. It's our job to provide the faithfulness. We know God will always be true. The question is, can we trust God's truth when everything around us is lying? Now, the story I'm going to read to you about Joseph is not going to come from Genesis chapter 37 through chapter 42, because that's where we'd ordinarily go if we're going to read about Joseph, right? We go to Genesis chapter 37 all the way to chapter 42. 42, but I'll let you go read that on your own time. I'm going to read Psalm 105, verses 1 to 22. I'm going to read a lot of verses today, but I'm telling you, I really believe that you will get more help from what I'm about to share with you than maybe anything I've shared with you in the past, especially if you are one of those people who feel stuck. How many of y'all ready to stop feeling stuck? Okay, here we go. Here's what it says. Psalm 105, beginning with verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him, sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of his wondrous works. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them that rejoice seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face forevermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and his judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham his servants, ye children of Jacob his chosen. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered. Who's remembered? He has remembered. Who remembered? He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance, when they were but few in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. When they came from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another, he suffered. That word suffer means he allowed. God suffered no man to do them wrong. He didn't allow any man to do them wrong. Yea, he provoked kings for their sake, saying, touch not mine anointed, do my prophets no harm. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. Wait a minute. God called for a famine upon Wait, God did that? That's what it said. Verse 17. No, not verse 17. Verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant. He sent Joseph. He didn't send a helicopter for Joseph. He didn't send a limousine service for Joseph. He didn't send an entourage for Joseph. It says he sent Joseph, and he was sold as a servant. We're going to get to that story in a minute. I just want you to understand, like, Joseph's plot, his lot in life. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron. So this wasn't like Joseph's path to the palace was not a red carpet. It was not a paved road. They hurt his feet with fetters and laid him in iron. Do you know why? Because God has already established a principle. I call it the easy hard principle, or the hard easy principle. What does that mean? Easy on the front end is hard on the back end. Hard on the front end is easy on the back end. Nobody gets to escape easy. Nobody gets to escape hard. You just got to pick when you get your easy and when you get your hard. And see, if you take hard on the front end, you can have easy on the back end for the rest of your life. But if you choose easy on the front end, you can have hard on the back end for the rest of your life. I wish I had some help in here. Hold on. Until the time, verse 19, until the time his word came, the word of the Lord tried him. Him who? The word of the Lord tried Joseph. What? The word of the Lord tried him. The king sent and loosed him. When did the king send him and loose him? Until the time of his word came. When the time of the Lord's word came, here's what I'm saying. You say, what you say, Myron? Joseph had to stay in the prison and be laid in iron and his feet hurt with fetters until it was God's time to bring him out. Joseph didn't get to determine when he came out. Guess what? You don't get to determine when you come out. I didn't get to determine when I come out. That's God's determination, not mine. And that's why I don't set goals. Why? What's a goal? A goal is a dream with a deadline. Well, as soon as you put a deadline on it, you are stepping into God's arena and trying to do his work. I'll prove it to you even more in a minute, but we starting off a little slow, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get all the way in the deep end of the pool. The king sent and loosed him. Even the ruler of the people let him go free. But he didn't just let him go free. He made him lord or ruler in charge of his house and the ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure. What does that mean? If Joseph wanted to take any prince and put them in prison, he could do it just because it pleased him. You can't lose when it's your time to win. No. Calm down, man. To bind his princes at his pleasure, and to teach his senators wisdom. What? This is a man who was despised. He was hated. He was lied on. He was wrongly imprisoned. I mean, you might have had a rough life, but it wasn't this rough, I don't think.